Recall notices make people panic. They worry, can I still renew my registration? Here's the twist. In most places, the recall itself isn't the hurdle. I'm Morgan Lane, and this is Recall Roadmap with Morgan, where I keep drivers safe and calm. Let's clear up what really matters and how to plan ahead. I get this question all the time. Does an open recall really stop your registration or cause inspection trouble? The honest answer is simple. Recalls rarely block renewal by themselves. NHTSA and most state DMVs treat safety recalls as fixes to be handled with the dealer, not as a registration ban. There is a key exception. California ties certain emissions recalls to renewal, and you must show a proof of correction to finish the process. That is about targeted smog rules, not every recall. Here's why this matters. There were well over 900 safety recalls in 2022, touching roughly 30.8 million vehicles nationwide. If every open recall froze a registration, the lines would never move. Instead, the system focuses on getting the safety fix done at the dealership, usually free. Only emissions-related recalls in certain programs need proof, like in California. So, if registration isn't usually the problem, what is tripping up drivers? Section 2 is next. And quick question for you. Does your state tie recall fixes to registration? Share your state and experience below. Some DMV staff worry about recalls. But here's the good news. Most DMVs do not cancel renewals just because you have an open safety recall. I've walked many owners through this. You can usually renew even if a recall is pending, as long as you meet your local inspection or emissions rules. So, can you renew your tag with an open recall on the car? In most cases, yes. The recall itself does not appear on the DMV's renewal checklist. A few places are different, and they say so up front. California's Clean Air program can hold your renewal if the recall is emissions-related, and you must bring a proof of correction after the repair. That is a targeted smog rule, not a blanket ban on safety recalls. For perspective, Virginia is strict about emissions testing in the areas that require it. No vehicle subject to that emissions inspection gets registered or re-registered until it passes the test or qualifies for a waiver. Again, that is about emissions, not a random safety recall. Bottom line from my side of the counter, registration checks your legal requirements, while recall repairs are handled by the brand dealer at no cost. If recalls are not what blocks renewal, what does? The next section reveals the usual inspection trip-ups. Inspections make every owner nervous. Many folks assume an open recall means instant fail. Surprise. It is usually the warning lights and emissions readiness that trigger failures, not the recall itself. I see this pattern again and again. What actually fails your inspection? And does it relate to a recall? The big culprits are simple. A lit check engine light or incomplete onboard diagnostics. Readiness monitors will sync an emissions test. OBD stands for onboard diagnostics. And the system tells the tester if your emissions checks have completed. If the readiness monitors are not set, you fail. In Texas, for example, a check engine light is an automatic emissions fail. By contrast, an airbag or ABS light often does not automatically fail in many places because the emissions program is focused on exhaust and OBD data. Here is how I coach drivers. Before you roll into the lane, turn the key and read the dash. If the check engine light is on, do not waste your time or money. Fix the cause, drive a proper cycle to reset readiness, then test. Your recall can be pending in the background and you may still pass, as long as the emission checks pass. So the mystery is local rules. Let's talk about those quirks next. What if your state has a hidden rule? Maybe rain pauses testing. Maybe your county requires a smog check while the next county does not. These local quirks can fool even careful owners. I want you ready before you stand in line. Are there local DMV or inspection rules we might be missing? Yes. Every state and some counties run their own playbook. These rules can block you even when your recall is fixed. Take Virginia. Emissions checks only apply in specific Northern Virginia areas, like Arlington, Fairfax, Loudoun, and Prince William counties, plus Stafford and the cities of Alexandria, Falls Church, Manassas, and Manassas Park. Live outside those areas, and you skip the emissions test entirely. Inside those areas, your car must meet emissions rules, or the DMV will not renew your registration until you pass or qualify for a waiver. Other places have weather and modification quirks. Heavy rain can delay or invalidate certain drive cycle or opacity tests. Illegal tint, missing cats, or altered exhaust can trigger fails. The fix is simple. Check your DMV website by zip code, read the inspection checklist, and plan your visit when the weather and your car are both ready. Now that you understand local rules, how do you confirm your recall status for your exact car? Step 1 is next. Number 1, check your VIN on the official tool. Imagine missing a recall because you only looked up the model name. Recalls are VIN specific. That means your neighbor's car might be covered and yours might not. I never guess. I verify. How do you know if your car has an open recall? Use NHTSA's VIN lookup on the SaferCar site. VIN means Vehicle Identification Number, the 17-digit code on your dash or door. Type it in, and the portal shows only unrepaired recalls for your exact car. If you are clear, it literally says 0 unrepaired recalls. That message is golden. Manufacturers update that data about once a week, so check again before any big trip, inspection, or sale. Here is the best part. If a safety recall is listed, the fix is free for parts and labor. NHTSA requires automakers to provide safe, free remedies, and they track completion. So that page is not just information, it is your ticket to a no-cost repair. Got your results? Great. Next, we lock in the appointment and get proof. If this is helping, tap subscribe and hit like so more drivers avoid surprises. Then come right back for step 2. So you found an open recall. Now what? We move fast and we do it right. I call a factory authorized dealer the same day. The repair is free by law, so there is no reason to wait. How do you arrange and confirm your recall repair? When you call, say, I'm scheduling a recall campaign. Ask the service advisor to confirm parts availability and the remedy steps. Federal law requires the manufacturer to cover parts and labor for recall repairs, even if your warranty is long gone. If parts are not in stock, ask for an estimated arrival date and request that they notify you when the part lands. Dealers often send a text or email confirmation for your appointment. Always ask for that message and keep it. If a dealer stalls, try another dealer for the same brand. If you feel stuck, call the automaker's customer care line and open a case. You can also file a complaint with NHTSA if the remedy is being delayed without a clear plan. You are not being pushy, you are being safe. Appointment booked? Perfect. Next, let's make sure you bring the right proof to the DMV or inspection lane. Inspection day arrives. You got the recall fixed or at least scheduled. Now protect yourself with paperwork. I never walk in empty-handed, and neither should you. What documents should you bring? Start with the recall notice or a printout from the VIN lookup that shows the recall ID. Add your dealer appointment confirmation email or text. If the repair is done, bring the service invoice or work order that lists the recall campaign number. In California, emissions recall repairs generate a proof of correction certificate. That document is what the DMV will ask to see before renewing. Even outside California, a dealer invoice often satisfies an inspector who needs to know you addressed a safety issue, especially if a part is on backorder. I also keep a copy of my driver's license, registration, and insurance handy, because a smooth folder saves time at the counter. Be polite, show the paper, and explain that you acted quickly on the recall. With that kit, most visits are painless, and if a clerk questions something, you have everything needed to answer right away. Parts still pending? No stress. We are about to talk extensions and back orders next. Stuck because the part is on back order? I get it. The clock is ticking, but you still have options. When the remedy lags, the key is to show good faith effort and document everything. Your recall part is delayed. How long can you legally wait, and what are your rights? Many states allow short extensions for inspection or registration when a safety repair is scheduled and parts are not available. Here is what I do. Call or visit the DMV or inspection office before your deadline. Explain that the repair is a recall, give the campaign number, and share your appointment date and the dealer's written note about the part's delay. Ask for a temporary operating permit or an inspection deferral. Email or upload copies so there is a record. Meanwhile, keep a log with dates, names, and call notes. Save emails and texts. If weeks pass without progress, open a case with the manufacturer and consider filing a complaint with NHTSA about the remedy delay. That adds pressure to get parts moving. Show that you are doing your part, and most offices will do theirs. Now, what if your recall letter says something stronger, like stop driving? That is a different level. Let's handle that next. Big red alert on your recall? When it says stop driving, it means real danger. I do not sugarcoat this. Do not drive that car, not even around the block. What should you do right now? Park it safely, shut it off, and call the dealer. Tell them you have a stop driving safety recall. Ask for towing to the nearest authorized shop. Many manufacturers will cover towing for a stop drive notice because the risk could be a fire, a wheel separation, or another severe hazard. While you are on the phone, ask about a loaner or a courtesy rental. If this is your only car, say that clearly. A lot of brands step up on serious recalls with temporary transport. Get names, times, and promises in writing if you can. Ask the service advisor to email a tow confirmation and any loaner details. Your job is to stay safe and get the vehicle out of service until the remedy is installed. Once the tow is set, you are back in control. We will come back to the shop when the fix is ready. Now, what about the softer warning that says park outside? That is next, and it still matters. Your recall letter says park outside. It sounds softer than stop driving, but it is not casual. Treat it like a real safety advisory. I follow it every time, and I tell my neighbors to do the same. What does park outside mean? It usually points to a risk that could damage property or ignite if the car is left in an enclosed space. Think fuel leaks, battery issues, or short circuits that might flare up after shutdown. The advice is simple. Do not leave the car in a garage, under a carport, or near buildings. Park in open air. Limit driving to what you must do, like heading to the dealer for the fix. Call the dealership and schedule the repair right away. Mention the park outside instructions so they understand you need a prompt solution. Towing is not always included for this type of advisory, but it never hurts to ask about a courtesy rental if parts are delayed. Keep following the park outside rule every night until the repair is complete. When the work is done, recheck your VIN to confirm the recall shows closed. Last, let's clear up one more confusion that costs people money. Recalls versus TSBs. Recall or not? Drivers mix this up all the time, and it matters for your wallet. The big twist is this. Only recalls guarantee a free fix. I want you to know the difference so you never pay by mistake. Why are recall repairs free, but other fixes might cost you? It comes down to safety law. A safety recall means the automaker must provide a free and effective remedy to every owner, parts, and labor, even when your warranty has expired. That is why I push you to run your VIN on the official portal. If it shows a safety recall, the repair is covered. A TSB, or Technical Service Bulletin, is different. It is guidance from the manufacturer to dealers on how to diagnose or repair a known issue. A TSB is not a safety recall. The fix might be free only while you are under warranty or if the manufacturer offers goodwill. If you are out of warranty, a TSB repair is usually out of pocket. So here is the rule I use at the counter. Ask, is this an official recall campaign? or just a service bulletin? If it is a recall, it should be free. With that sorted, let's wrap with a quick, simple checklist. We have sorted it out together. An open safety recall by itself usually does not stop your registration or inspection. The real blockers are warning lights, emissions rules, and missing paperwork. Now you know how to beat those. Check your VIN on the official portal, schedule the free dealer fix, bring proof to the inspection lane, and if parts are delayed, document everything and ask for an extension. For stop driving notices, park it and get a tow and a loaner. For park outside notices, keep it outdoors and limit use. And after the repair, run your VIN again to confirm the recall is closed. Reality beats the myth. Recall does not equal automatic block. Being prepared with a weekly VIN check, an early appointment, and a clean paper trail keeps you moving. You are now ready to walk into the DMV calm and informed. If this guide helped you feel in control, please subscribe and share it with a friend who is staring at a recall letter. Thanks for watching, and you are always welcome here on Recall Roadmap with Morgan. What tricky pre-inspection tip did I miss? Or what warning light has tripped you up before? I would love to learn from your story.